I think that leads us to one of our signature segments.
I think you maybe noticed or didn't notice. I got the camera angle a little bit wrong, but I'm wearing my Vans t-shirt.
Oh, I did not notice.
That is in honor of one Michael Lorenzen, former Tiger who was traded at the deadline. Throwing the first of our segment, No-No of the Week. In fact, it is No-Nos of the Week. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so of course there were two No-Nos.
No-nos of the 2 weeks.
Yeah, No-No of the 2 weeks. There you go. The most recent one, of course, is Michael Lorenzen, who threw a no-hitter for the Philadelphia Phillies in his second Phillies start and the first in Philadelphia, which makes
That's
him
crazy.
the most instant legend in Philly history. They might have a statue of him next to Rocky already.
I think the Rocky statue is down
Is it?
and
All right.
replaced with Lorenzo.
Yeah, I think it should. That statue will have Vans cleats, of course, because he is famous for uh, actually having. I don't know if he has a deal with Vans or how they work it out, but he has always worn Vans on the mound. They developed a Vans cleat for him to use, which me being a skateboarder at heart, I've always worn Vans. I always thought that was cool. He is a skater, is why he a former skater, I guess. That's why he's always wearing Vans. Thought that was cool. He had I just can't imagine making a better impression on your new fan base. The first time you're in front of them, you throw a fucking no hitter. I'm really happy for him. It sucks that this is not happening in a Tigers uniform, but he's a good guy. He's been a journeyman, and we've talked about it all year. He's not been a great pitcher, but he just seems like a good guy. And the coolest thing he said, which really made an impression on me, and I brought it up before, is before the season started, he said he decided to come to the Tigers because he knew they would make him better. And that is proved so true. And he's even backed that up after he was traded. He said the same thing. He's like, when I came here, I knew they'd help me in my career, and they did. And I'll appreciate that forever. So I think there's a potential he might come back, although now he is the favorite son of Philadelphia. So he might be set up in a much better situation. But
He might.
for that guy to have the year of his life, and a lot of that was because of Detroit and in Detroit, to see that continue, I'm happy for him. It would have been better if it happened with the Tigers. It would have been better if I hadn't dropped him for my fantasy team a couple weeks ago. Could have used that no hitter, but just super cool. I appreciate it. I think you saw that and I tried to look this up. Was it 124 pitches?
Or 26 or 9.
Something. It
120.
was a lot.
It was a lot of pitches. It's something you don't see a lot. Like,
I'm a little worried about that. You don't see that a lot because it tends to lead to issues going forward. I mean, the most famous, of course, is oh my God, Johan Santana. No, is that his name? Yeah,
yeah, Johan Santana.
yeah, from the Mets. He ended up throwing like 130 something pitches to get the first no hitter in Mets history, and his career is essentially over after that game. But he got his no hitter, and the Mets got theirs. But so you kind of worry about somebody going that deep because you just never see it anymore. And whether the data says that always always injuries happen after so many pitches, especially when their teams have avoided that for so long, where no one gets even close to that, to all of a sudden get to that number of pitches, it kind of makes you nervous that he could have some issues going forward. But hopefully not. Regardless, he's had the year of his life. He is a legend in Detroit. He is a bigger legend already in Philadelphia. It might be too big of expectations. He can only go down from here. Like, where does he go?
Until he pitches another no hitter in a few days.
Maybe that is his destiny. We'll see. So, congratulations, Michael Lorenzen. But of course, that is not the only no-no that we have to speak of. We have a Maddox no-no to speak of with Framber Valdez.
Under a hundo pitchos.
He got his no-hitter with 93 pitches against the Cleveland Guardians.
That's, again, an indictment of the AL Central right there.
That is so AL Central. Yeah. Framber Valdez just completely dominated the Guardians. He actually faced the minimum. He allowed one walk, but I guess they got a double play when the one base runner got on. So he faced the minimum 27 batters. So
Yeah.
to get a no-hitter, to face the minimum, and to have it under 100 pitches,
It's incredible. It's
I
incredible, man.
that's as cool as it gets.
Yeah.
I kinda don't have vitriol anymore for the Astros. I kinda
No,
think that
I've kinda lost it too, like,
time has passed. I feel like they've put up with a lot of shit over time. They've also proven they are a great organization, whether they're cheating or not. Maybe
yeah.
they still are, but I think that kind of vitriol has died down. So I mean, I think maybe my attitude hinges on Justin Verlander now that he's back with the Astros. So I'll be rooting for him at least going forward in these playoffs. Especially since my Tigers won't be involved in the playoffs. We'll see if the Cubs are, but I think that's a rooting interest at least. But yeah, I mean, we made the joke the last couple years we have the no of the week because it was happening every single fucking week for a
Yeah.
while. We had a dry spell for quite some time this season. Now it's happening every single week again. I think we've had
Yeah.
this. I think we had one in the last episode 2 weeks ago. Now we've got two this week. So our no of the week is coming to fruition once again.
No. No, 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 no.
Word Hole Media.